What do you want, Kuromi? Hey. Yeah. Social media àti sad news oh. Okay. Fair play music mo ti gbàgbé. Music, music, music is the answer. Music, music, music is the answer. Ẹ ti gbórí wọlé. Àwọn ọmọ yìí ti lò mí. Wọ́n lò mí lẹ́jẹ̀. Lọ́lá, good afternoon. Good evening, jèrè ìyá mi. Michael Abiodun, Tèmítọ́pẹ́, welcome back too. Ọlánìkẹ́, sis mi ṣe wà accurate. Ayọ̀bá mi ṣe. Kids Lovers Bounce. Bridget Osa, Unique Pearl, Omole Poppy. Agege Poppy. When will I look at your name and I will not stress? This your name. It always ginger me. Rashid, good afternoon. Said, Rajira Said. Welcome. Oluyide, Taiwo, Taufikat. Good evening. Hey, thank you, Lola. Ṣé pẹ̀lú mi ṣe rí yìí? Oúnjẹ ibi tí mo ṣe wàhálà délé ni. After all the stress, my mouth, food no go. Na drink and puff puff. I dey munch in between. Ẹ ti ganu sí. Macaulay, how are you? Nikki, hey, good afternoon. Where is your puff puff? I will email it. Timmy Amanda, good evening. Omole Poppy, Agege Poppy. Don't mind me, oh, I play too much, oh. Jude, how are you? I'm too playful, myself, no. Ẹ ṣáà gbà mí bí n ṣe wà. They can just collect my side. Bookie Babs, how are you? First time I'm seeing your name or your greetings. Bookie Babs, noted. Yinka Oyetayo, how are you? Olasunbo Kuye, how are you? Blessing Amas, how is Canada? Àwọn tèmi ní Canada. Ṣé ká lọ sórí YouTube, Facebook, àbí ká má ṣe Facebook? I should hire you as my personal chef. You sabi cook. You know one thing? My children, they sabi the taste of my food. That's the problem. If you bring another food, they know this is not mommy's food. Anyway, they just want to have them get together with their friends, you know, just to be together. And they needed, I should just share on Facebook. Okay. Rashidat Banjoko, good afternoon. Egbo, mi ò rí Alaja, Shakirat. I've not seen that woman for a while. Tutuola Ahmed, good evening. Kambialesh, how are you? I've not seen that woman for a while. I hope she's fine. Omotayo Kolawole, Ojowu, no vex. Maybe I didn't get to see your name on time. So good evening, guys. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe pápápá so that I can shower, then watch a movie to relax. I really need to relax. That's why I've not gone upstairs. If I go upstairs, trust me, I don't go do show again. If I go upstairs, I don't go do show. Oh, Pomoha, how are you? Good evening, my sister. So let's talk on parenting in abroad. Let's talk on challenges of parents in abroad. We all know that taking care of children, training children in Nigeria is not the same as in abroad. It's very challenging in abroad because of rules. All right, let me just share with them on Facebook. Come join you. Ẹ jẹ́ n ṣe fún with Facebook náà. Tèmi talk where you should not do on Facebook. Okay. All right, let me just let them join us. Parenting abroad. Join us. Olale told me, how are you? Sheun, hey. Good evening. What's your body like? No man business. All right, guys, welcome. Good evening. Thank you for joining me once again. This is third time today. Now, it's a bit today. But after this one, I need to go crash. So thank you for joining me again. And let's talk on this very important, very important, I would say very essential and important topic to all parents, especially the ones with young children. Hi, Wayne Stewart from UK. Hi, I was in UK last month. Pius Honors, good evening. Jean Marie, good evening. Okay, please kindly help us to click the like on the video. Can we have some likes? We have 96 people watching and 13 likes. Can we have more likes on the video, please? To support. And if you are new on this channel, I'm welcoming you especially. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get to know when we come on live. We do mostly live streaming on this channel. So that is just to let you know. Fab, good evening. How are you? So kindly help us to click the like button as you join us. All right. So thank you. 17 likes, 108 watching. Can we have more likes? Oof, my back aches. All right, let's talk on this very important topic. Like I said, parenting in abroad. Parenting, African parenting is what I should even have written. African parenting. So I will have that later. African parenting in abroad. This is motivated by a video of one of us that I saw. I don't know if she wants me to mention her name, so I am not going to, but it's on her channel. So I think she wouldn't mind. Mom of 5 who was sharing her experience on the challenges. Good evening, Olubusola Adini Yekabo. On her experience concerning one of her child. And I think in my own little way, little understanding, in my own little wisdom, we know past small as a day. I'm very fine, thank you, Fab. As it's small, I can still talk a little bit, even though I didn't have my children here. More your love, welcome. I didn't have my children in abroad, but I will tell you, taking care of children in abroad, taking care of children in Nigeria, everything is challenging. Reason being that, yes, in Nigeria, they allow you to discipline, they allow you to spank, they allow you to do whatever you want, and nobody will bother. Okay? It doesn't mean even the way we do it in Nigeria, it doesn't make us perfect. And I will tell you why. Many people are carrying bruises from, hey, Shanko Eno. Mora wante mi tipe. How are you, my brother? Ekujo meta. How are you doing? No vex, so I see somebody will be my old-time follower. We don't take Shanko Eno. Shalafiani. Anyway, so back in Nigeria, you know, we are allowed to do all sorts, and by that we think we have done perfectly well. Unfortunately, what we are doing is the way we were trained up is the reason why our society is what it is. Abusive. We are a people of abuse because that is what we were trained with. We condone abuse. Avi Hame, good morning. This is, oh, it's evening here. From PNG, how are you? Thanks for joining us here. We are people who grow up with trauma. We are people who have normalized abuse. And we can see it even from the way, Becky Reviews, how are you, my sister? We can see it from the way we interact with each other on social media. I just came across a comment now on something that I posted on my social media where somebody said Nigerian social media space is too toxic. And I said, I can't agree less. I said, I can't agree less. We have unconsciously become a people of toxicity without knowing, and we think it is just normal. Aviame, I'm from Nigeria. And we think it is just okay. We think it is just normal. Here in abroad, children are not allowed, thank you, Shankweno, to be touched anyhow. Does it mean children now turn bad because of that? No. I have come across children that were brought up here, born here, and well-disciplined, well-cultured, doing very well. And back in Nigeria, despite our discipline and everything, I will tell you, I see children, despite all the discipline, who are rude too. Despite all the discipline that we think is the best way to take care of children. Well, one thing I will say is that parenting is not for the weak. Parenting is not for somebody who is not ready. Parenting is not for somebody who is going to be absent. This is where errors come in. Parenting is not for somebody who will feel a child is a burden. I repeat. No, I don't. Parenting is not for somebody who will see children as a burden or as stress. If you do, either here or back in Nigeria, you will be venting and transferring that aggression on that child. And that is why many children are being beaten the way they beat them, and they call it discipline. Many parents are just venting, not correcting that child. You think you are correcting a child by beating that child. No, you are leaving a mark. So many people will tell you they have a mark that will never, a scar, physical, some, internal scar. Most parents, most of us, we relate with our parents out of fear, not out of love. We relate with them because we feel, especially, you know, we have a way of caging people. We have a way of putting people in bondage to make them do what we want. Either they are happy or they are not happy to do it. And I will tell you, the best love you can ever get is a love that is given willingly from your children. Not a love that the child feels obligated. Inside, that child is complaining, after all, when I was small, when I was small, this is what she did. When I was small, I can't forget this one now. I can't forget that one now. African parents don't know what it is to apologize. African parents, we think we are always right. And now see that when many of us now relocate, we find it difficult to live by their rules. Oyinbo's rule is that they are not saying don't discipline your children, but do not lay your hands on them. Nito Oyinbo. Does it mean without laying hands on children, that child cannot be disciplined? This is where many parents are finding it easy. Difficult. This is where many parents are getting into trouble too. Because what we are trained with is that we have to lay hands on our children for them to be corrected. But I will tell you, I learned bitterly. And it almost cost me a lot. Hold on, call me. Hold on. Go take it. Oh, the mommy can't kini yes no fridge kotolo. So possible. Eh? Or you are running late. You are running late. Oh yeah, my lord. Ikun awashi. Eh. Odiabo. I love you more. We think. Okay, thank you, Accurate. Accurate says, as a matter of fact, most of us don't even love our parents when we were younger, not until we are old enough to, before we were thinking for them, telling ourselves now that you were trying to train us. Thank you, Accurate. While younger, a lot of us, we detest those parents. You never say we are picking, go poison in mama. I be poison in papa. Even some parents back home, some of them, they are always scared. After they don't discipline pikin too much, they will now be scared. Make that pikin no poison them. Me, I don't see mama wey talk say, making pikin no near where him put food. Because she don't over discipline the child, she can't dey fear. Say the girl fit poison her. And Bookie Babs, he was even the one that said love you, and I said I love you more. Because that is the way I trained them. But I will not tell you I started early. I was able to correct myself too at a point. Honestly, if I have not gone through some things, I won't talk about it. If I'm not experiencing some things, I stay off. Okay? Somebody said, which is very possible. Yes. When you relocate and bring your children, especially when they are still very young, you have to know the rules of the country you are living about training a child. If you are slapping your children back home, you have to change it. Not only that, if you have been slapping them back home, you bring them here. Everything you have done in Nigeria, you have to find a way to appease their mind. Or else, those children, may our labor over them, if you are not careful, not be in vain. A child you dey slap, you dey beat anyhow when you were in Nigeria. Let's assume they were a bit grown up, and you now bring them to abroad. You have to correct and appease their mind. Or else, if they get to school, they start discussing, it's going to poison their mind. Okay, that I love you. I say it to my children every day. Mine is even most times at the end of most conversation, very important conversation. So I can't even count how many times it comes from my mind, from my mouth. And they too, it's something that I brought them up with. I don't stop telling them how much I love them, especially when I brought them here. If I tell you, say I no get challenge, I dey lie. I dey do wetin, I dey lie. If you have more than 2 children, or 2 children, more than 1 child, if you have 2 or 3 or 4, there is no how one of those children will not challenge you. They will not challenge your parental skill. There is no how they will not challenge your parental love. There is no how they will not make you doubt if you are a parent enough. 1 or 2 of them. There is no how we can escape it as a parent. It now, the way we now undo it, the way we undo it, we now bring the results, either positive or negative. Olubusola, that word of I love you has to be shown with action. You can't just tell a child, Toti lululu, or Toti sorrow disi, and tell that child, I love you. That child will not believe you. Emma Toranyo. We are not, you see, back home is not the same thing here. You have to realize that. And if you are planning to bring your children here, this will be very important, useful to you. Your actions, you can't just be saying, I love you to a child, Tomalu. Oh, Luto, you beat that child, be boya, that child, the koba ye. Because that's the way we discipline children. That's the way our parents discipline children. They discipline us as if what we did You know, I learned from my own growing up. The way I grew up was what shaped my mind. And I said, no, I won't bring up my own children this way. To the extent that at a point, I wanted to behave that way. But by myself, nobody teach me to start looking, be very careful and alert so that I don't overdo. I remember there was a day I asked my kids, battery, oh, I didn't charge this phone. Shoot, what do I do? Okay, let me move there and put my charger. If I don't want to go upstairs now, I don't want to get tired, but I think I have to go upstairs. So guys, let me just move upstairs as it is. I didn't know I didn't charge this phone. Oh, and I charged the rest too. I'm just used to this particular one for live streaming. Hold on for me, please. Oh, Lord have mercy. Romy, cool. Let's go upstairs, Romy. Let's go. Romy, come on, girl. Let's go. Yo, French, if you know how many chicken Romy don't chop this today, he's still wanting more. I said he should come. She should come. She doesn't want to follow me. Romy, she doesn't want to leave the she doesn't want to leave the kitchen. She enjoyed the chicken I gave her. If you see how many chicken Romy don't chop today. I'm tired. You can see the way I'm walking that I'm truly tired. All right. So, sorry, guys. So, I can be charging the phone. Wow. This is why I prefer to do my show in my comfort zone. Everything is plugged. Yeah. So, this is it. All right, guys. So, she don't want otigoki. She wanted more chicken. Over chicken. She really enjoyed the chicken I gave her. All right. Sorry, I have to set one or two things up to start to. So just hold on for me. Yep. She wants to sleep. She wants to sleep, so she has entered under my chair, under the sofa in my room. She has gone under it. So she's marking her territory to sleep. Okay. All right. So, like I was saying, the way many of us were brought up, we try to do the same thing. And I was saying thank you to my daughter while talking to my friend in Nigeria. She said, why saying thank you? Why can't you say thank you to your children? When my children do anything for me, I keep saying thank you to them. Ushi call me. And you know what? They replicate too. I just help one of them to do something now. My daughter, she went on her knees. Thank you so much, Mom. And I said, with all pleasure, anytime. If I don't do it, then why am I here? That was what I told her. Anything for you, Angel. That's reassurance that they need from us. They need that assurance from us. You know, I keep saying the way we were trained, anybody wants to replicate that, especially in this kind of environment. Anu eni yen o se mi. Anu eni yen o se mi. You want to replicate the way you were trained in Nigeria. You want to come out. Apart from the fact that government will arrest you and collect those children. And like I said, there will always be one child that will challenge you. You might be beating the rest, and one of them will refuse, will not like you to be, because that one, you might say that child is stubborn, but that child is trying to tell you, I know my rights. And if you are not careful and mellow down, Feyilo Mamo age, I think she's about 6 months or so. To mellow down, you have yourself to blame. Oh. The way I handle my firstborn is not the way I will handle my secondborn. The way I handle my secondborn is not the way I will handle my lastborn. Why? Every one of them, they are peculiar. Every one of them have this, they are human beings, different emotions. And I'm able to identify all their emotions. Okay? So I handle them based on their personality. I don't handle them based on pé èmi ni mo bí àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta, then I can do what I like. No. I was doing that in Nigeria. I was doing that. I never knew. No, I don't even beat them. I don't really beat my kids. Okay? But one or two of them I know I've spanked at a point, and one of them I've really spanked very well. And I will never, I'm glad I was able to quickly identify that I was overdoing. And I took a step back. Not only took a step back, I had to adjust. Not only to adjust, I had to apologize. And I kept apologizing. Why do I keep apologizing? I want that child to be the best. I don't want that child to feel unloved. I don't want that child to feel she's different. I don't want that child to feel she's not accepted. I don't want that child to feel maybe because when you have more than 2-3 children and maybe 2 or 3 of them are behaving very well and one of them is not behaving the way you want it, if you are not careful, that child at that point will begin to feel there is something wrong with him or her. That child will begin to feel maybe mommy or daddy does not love me. That child will begin to feel there is something wrong with him. This is where we have to be careful. Like I said, there will be 1 or 2 of them that will be challenging. And like I said, you cannot say because you deal with this particular one this way, then you have to deal with the other ones the same way. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to know them for who they are. And spanking, number 1, is a no-no in abroad. We all know that. There are different ways to discipline children. There are different ways to pass messages to them. There are different ways to make them know what they are doing is not pleasing to us. Let me give you a scenario of how sometimes what we do, what we say can affect our children negatively. One of my children in those days, they were still young then, back home in Nigeria. I just went to, because they all have their separate rooms back in Nigeria. Remember I told you that we are the owner of the house and the house was very big before I break it. So they have their own room. So one day I went into the room of one of them and I saw the room very messy. And I got so upset and I started talking anyhow. I said, I never knew my child hold lamb, say I call am pig. I can't remember. I don't even know when. So one day, by the time I realized I was using too strict a hand on them and I know I was beginning to see some withdrawal and some things, and I had to quickly change my style. So I now made it in a way whereby, remember I told you when they just stopped, like last years ago, when they wake up on weekends, they come to my room, we start gisting, we start talking, we eat breakfast together and all that. And not this one that they are all grown up, they can do their own stuff on their own, and there's nothing anybody can do to that anymore. This one might have to go to work on Saturday. The other one might have to probably be with friends and coming back the second day. They are all adults. So, but then, before they got to this stage, so we were now discussing, making fun, joking, remembering a lot of things. Then one of them said, Mommy, I can't forget one thing in my life. I said, what was that? He said, you called me a pig. I said, I call you a pig. He said, yes. Me? How will I call my child a pig? That child said, yes, Mommy, you called me a pig. I said, no, I can't call my child a pig. The rest now shouted, Mommy, you did. Mommy, you did. You did. I said, all of you hold on. Now the other one say, mommy, I can remember the day you do this one to do this one to me. Egg me. The third one say, mommy, even me. He said, you should just be lucky. We are not listening to what friends are saying. I said, what are your friends saying? He said, mommy, some of our friends, they talk back at their parents, even though it's not good. I say, ha. I say, back in Nigeria, they say yes. But I said, I can't call you that day. They said, you did. I was even there that day. Now gang up, then they gang up now. But I like it. You know why? It's good for your children to gang up and be together than for them to be divided. The day your children are divided, or you divide your children, making one to be on your side, while the rest, you are making them feel somehow. You are in trouble, oh, as a parent. Let them gang up. That means they are united. That means they talk to each other. That means they tell each other stuffs. That means they are well bonded. So it's good. Because as I dey respect myself now. You know why? When I call one to say I want to report one, before I report, they don't tell me the reason why that person do wetin they do. At the end of the day, I will now maybe like I'm making mountain out of a molehill. Me, I don't want to be in a situation whereby I will divide my children, or be in a situation whereby one child is supporting me against the other. Now future tears be that for any parent. If your child is supporting you against the sibling, trust me, you are in big trouble. When you get in later in life, because now there you will not know, they will be drifting apart. They will be seeing each other as enemy or rivals. So when you get old, trust me, their decision on you will be divided. And now you go suffer and pass. Because either we like it or not, we go get to that stage. Okay, somebody said my mom was like that. I never could get what she said either. I don't even know your usefulness. I just lost my father then and I had to opt for a job just to keep the family on. You see, some words, no matter how old you get, you will never forget it. I had come some kind of not pleasant upbringing, even though now I can reason and understand why it was like that. But it has left some scar on me and all that. I don't want my children to grow up that way. I don't want to beg for my children's love at a point. I don't want to force myself on my children. No. I want them to see me and say, anything happened to my mommy, it happened to me. That's what I want. Now, let's talk about parenting when the children are young and couple are taking care of children here in abroad. Number one, as a couple, you have to take care of these children, discipline them with one voice. Even back home, but I'm going to talk more on the people here because of the problem that can result in you over discipline a child, and it gets to the law. It gets to the law, you get into trouble, it can affect your work, it can affect your relationship with that child, it can even make that child to be taken away from you, or the child will see you as enemy and any little opportunity. Remember here, once a child is 18, that child becomes independent of you. And once they become independent of you, if they've already had problem with you, it is very easy for them to move away and start living their lives on their own. They will just look for place, another state, way far from where you dey, because they are trying to run away from you. So for a couple to take care of children, discipline children here, because we have to discipline them. Discipline does not mean hatred. It's to correct a child. But how are we correcting these children is what that counts. Couple, if you are doing it as a couple, you have to do it with one voice. Not that one parent is harsh, the other parent is soft. When the parents, either father or mother, now discipline the child, the one that is soft, how are you topsy? The child will now run to the other one and see that one as savior. At that point, that child is already seeing one of those fat parents as enemy and see the other one who is soft. Not because that child does not deserve discipline. That child actually deserves discipline. So with one voice, never allow your child to report your mother. Hey, godless Reggie, how are you? I'm fine. Never allow your child to report your mother or his mother to you or his father, whichever one. Do not let them report, because they know whatever they do, whatever mommy says is what daddy say. Why? You both of you are supposed to work for the betterment of these children and their future. Discipline is part of life. Discipline is necessary. Discipline is what you have to do to correct a child. But how do you do it? Is it by screaming? Is it by beating? Is it by insulting that child? Is it by emotionally abusing the child? Is it by psychologically abusing the child? Because some words some parents will say, that word affects children and it can either make them or destroy them. Let me give you an example. From the little you guys have known about me, you see the way I call my children. That is just the way I've been calling them. It doesn't mean say me I know they discipline them. I don't discipline them when they need to be disciplined. So from word go, when I born them, every one of them has pet name. My first son has his pet name. My second son has a pet name. My third one has a pet name. So coincidentally, I now met this person that we became friends. I don't know how she take care of their children. No way be say all her children now so fight. She dey always cause those children. Some words she go even speak to those children. Me sef go say, eléyìí ti pọ̀ jù. Not an illiterate person, no, educated person. All in the name that she's vexing. No matter how much we are vexing as parents, please caution yourself. Some words, don't let it come out, no matter what your pikin do. There are some words you don't throw to your children. That word stays with them. Not only stays with them, they will live by that word. They will act like that word. I have seen a child telling the mother, say, after all, you don't say I dey useless. Then I can as well be behaving useless. I was looking like this that day. And the mother continued, you are useless. If I had known, I would have flushed you away. And that boy said, then why did you give back to me? I tried to stop for two of them, na lie. The child said, why did you give back to me? You shouldn't have given back to me, since you have called me useless. Kábíyèsí, ìkúnlẹ̀ abiyamọ, ìkúnlẹ̀ abiyamọ. Between me and you, a child that was doing very well, academically, eventually, the useless way the mama can call her, na that route, the boy can waka. He waka that route. And when the mama was crying, the pikin is, after all, you don't say I'm useless, so why are you crying? That is what you want. Some words, never call your child useless. So never call your child failure. Never let it come out of your child and say, I would regret, because I don't hear parents. I don't hear mother. I don't hear father. We tell their pikin say they regret when they born the pikin. You tell a child, say, that child, they useless. You regret when you born the pikin. If to say you know, you for don't flush and come out. Already you are pushing that child towards SUI, you understand? To buy herself. I'm not talking of a parent that is not educated. You know, those all uneducated parents, now those ones get bad mouth pass. Olórí burúkú, má ṣàǹfààní ọmọ, ò ní ṣoríire, kò ní bẹ́ńṣọ́ fún ẹ. From mother to child. If those parents of those days do am, please don't repeat it on your own child. Because some of you might be like, okay, maybe I cannot beat my child, but at least I can talk. And in the process of talking, you can't beat your child, but you can correct. And you know what? One thing I discover is that when a child, everything is always from the foundation. Discipline and putting a child right starts from the beginning, from when they are young. And I will tell you why I say this. Back home in Nigeria, Sean flag Iwani. Please, can we have more likes on the video? Are they flagging us? We have really dropped seriously, about 100 people. Something is wrong. Can you let us have some likes on the video? 61 likes, 225. Actually, it was 325 before. So I don't know what happened. So what was I saying? Yes, especially some mothers when they are not in good terms with the father. In most cases, such mothers are so terrible with children. You are very right. They put the frustration of what the man has done to them on the children. You see, Raji, I hope you get the needed healing or therapy if need be. Raji said, when she needs anything, I'll be the one she will call first if she needs anything. I was working tirelessly. I was insane, but nobody knows. It was a friend of mine during those times. Okay, family life, noted. But don't worry, whatever I say in Yoruba, I translate. I still say it back in English. So don't worry. That stood by you. There are some words. You see, the way those parents of those days take care of children. Don't repeat it to your own children of today's generation, no. Or else, especially living abroad. There are different ways to discipline a child. There are different ways. And that child will still know that mommy is doing this, daddy is doing this in love. They are not doing it because they hate me. And this is where the word spoken has to be. You have to caution yourself in disciplining your child. You see that I'm not saying you should not discipline your child. I discipline mine. I talk to them. But one thing is that I'm very mindful of the words I speak. I was telling you of somebody I used to know. When I called that child, I used to call my children pet name. This person does not have a pet name for her children, which is fine. You don't have to have pet name for them. But she became jealous anytime I call my children on the phone. And I mentioned, because I'm just used to the way I call them. You guys have been following me. You know it is just me. This is no pretense. This is no forming. It is just me. I have pet name for them, and that's the pet name. The boys, I can say, hello, son. Báwo ni ọkọ mi? The girl, hello, angel. Báwo ni ọkọ mi? It's just me. Now, so this person say, what is the nonsense me I'm talking? Why am I calling my children as if they are my husband? I say, they are my husband. These are my life. I was now in my mind thinking, if you decide to see your children as your enemy, that's your own cup of tea. Which one is my business in that one? If you turn all your children, none of them can look into your eyes. You don't turn all the children where you get. You turn them to enemy. That is your own cup of tea. That's your problem. Now only you get problem of man. Where be all your frustration, all your loneliness. Now your children, you they transfer them to. Like, I want to call Bali a year any. I won't call. So which one is my own? I have seen parents where they beat pikin. Like say make that pikin pie, as if to say that beating go correct the pikin. Where pikin run comot for house today, they don't know where pikin dey. either on the street, they don't buy the pikin, or the pikin don't smoke isha, it don't become lost and found. And I have seen parents. I learned it when I was young. I was just about 13, 14. With a neighbor. We have this neighbor, Mommy Awon Ibukun. I can never forget. I have never seen that woman. She has about, I think her children are about 4 or 5. I have never seen that woman lay hands. In Nigeria, not here. Lay hands on any of her children. I have never seen her speak negative words. I never saw her speak negative words on any of her children while growing up. The children know they vex, they offender, then the offender, then they do what she no like. While some parents are giving their children slap to correct them, while some parents are throwing stone, if the pikin won't pie, make it pie. You think say now only people will get house if they must maltreat children? No, people will born pikin, will come out for their body, then they maltreat their children, put serious mark on their children. No, before this social media, we see one mama will lock up her pikin inside shop. Me, I don't see my age. No, I should be a bit older than that woman. That woman should be probably 49 or 50 now. Will carry her pikin, her firstborn, go drop because she go marry another man. Now so that pikin become wayward. I never, throughout, I don't see Mommy Bukun touch any of her children. Instead, when those children offend her or they do what they are not supposed to do, she will sit them down. She will correct, ask them, what you do you think it's okay? She will make them judge themselves by themselves. She will ask them if her happiness matters to them. I was still very young then. Oh. Now so I go dey look Mommy Bukumbai. She will talk to those children and tell them, how do you want to turn? How do you want to become a life? With gentle voice, so kì í ṣe irú aláriwo bíi tiwa yìí o. With very subtle, gentle voice. Now she go dey take talk to her children. You will see those girls, all her children. Okay, she has one boy. The first one is boy, the other ones are girls. They are always lively and happy. Happy children, happy parents. Happy parents, happy children. Frustrated parents, sad children. Sad children, frustrated parents. No shortcuts. You want a child who wants to be happy in the house, who is not moody. You want a child who is not questioning doesn't want to make you feel you have changed. I mean, you have failed as a parent. You have to show whatever you reflect goes to them. Whatever you are saying in the house, they are looking at everything. Whatever you are doing, even your mood can affect your children, especially when they are still very young. Your mood. If you are the type, for example, as a single mother, all your children see you doing is to be crying all the time. You are crying, you are crying, you are crying. Your children will become depressed. Your children, any opportunity they have to be outside the house, they will prefer to be there. Parenting is not for the weak. Parenting is not about you. In fact, you in that situation, you are like 30%, 70% is those children. Because it is when they settle, then later, it will now, attention will now focus. Pampering will now change. What you were doing for them, it will now turn around to be you they are doing it for. Whatever you now sow will now determine what will be given back to you. It is not enough for a child to send me money. That is not what I want. It is not enough for a child to just pick a phone. Hello, mommy. Good evening. How are you? I hope you are fine. Okay, I'm just calling you to check you. Bye. Mm-mm. I don't want that. I want a child that will stay on the phone with me. We will gist when he calls, when he or she calls. I mean, go drink me, go okay. You know me, Simbi. I won't stop saying we cannot take care of children the way we were trained in Nigeria. Then how do you train a child when you get here? You know they don't beat. Then you have to devise means. I know people who have trained children here, and those children are doing very well. They are making them proud. Being harsh in this environment will not help your child. Being too tough in this environment, you have to just find a balance. I have seen that I learned one thing from one person that I worked with some times ago. Now, white woman. She can't get some young children. I always look at her anytime she's talking to these her children, and they are well behaved. I see when they do something wrong, she sits them down, just like that woman I was talking about. Talk to them, ask them questions, ask them why, and at the end of the day, still assure them, I love you. I have seen I don't see mother wey telling pikin say I hate you with passion. And you want to come and tell that child later in life that you didn't mean it. Oh my pẹ́ kó tó lè convince someone that you don't mean it. I have seen a mother when she was very upset. I hate you with passion. And the child told her and said, that's fine. You can hate me for all you like. That's okay. Oyebuchi, how are you? The child said, that's okay. You can imagine. I don't have to tell you where that child is, how the child ended. There's no need to tell you. You should know. What will make a mother upset? Just because you can't beat the child. Because some people, because they can't beat a child, the next thing is they use word. You have to be careful. Don't say because you can't lay hands on your child, the next thing is to find a word that you will use to vent. And that word is damaging your child. That word is affecting your child esteem. That word is affecting your child mentality. That word is affecting your child, is causing bruises. Please, now let me say this. Let me use this narrative. Maybe this will drive home the point. It will make us understand it better. As a couple, we have been talking about respect. Is it only adult people that deserve respect? As a couple, if your husband, as a couple, if your husband insults you as a wife, the man will just talk rubbish. Koshila, Orieburu, look at you. I regret marrying you. I shouldn't have married you. There are better women out there. I don't know why I chose to marry you. Look at how you are. Look at how you can. You can't even carry your body very well. You don't know how to dress. Now, once that man talk amo, do you forgive? Hello? Do you forgive? Oh, you think because those girls, those your children are young, they will forget what you say? Ah. Oh, Tonreo. They will not forget. Oh, that word that you are speaking to them, they are keeping it somewhere. Atiladi, how are you? Angelo, hi. They are keeping it somewhere. It's causing a scar. It's causing a cut. It's leaving a wound, a scar, somewhere in their hearts. Because I find out that most people abroad, because it's something that I've seen played out, not with one family, not with two family, because they can't beat their children because of Olokpa. The next thing is they use words to beat those children. And instead of getting the necessary results, Angelo Monasi, Mandami Ambasio, Mutiki Ekwadamaki Mipa. How are you? So because they cannot lay hands on that child because of Olopa, because they cannot do what the way they want to do, they will start using words. You decide to be useless in your life. Go and be useless. That's your cup of tea. You don't want to be useful. Another problem, they will now start comparing that child to the other siblings. Look at Tolu. Tolu is doing far, far better. You the only child in this family. Already you are making that child see herself or himself as an outcast. Look at Jumoke. Look at David. After all, I'm beginning talking. You start comparing. At that point, that child is feeling it doesn't belong to that family. At that point, that child is feeling, I'd rather leave this family. At that point, that child may be resenting his or her siblings because you tell her that they are far better than her. Daniela, how are you? We want our husband, our wives to respect us. Why? Because we feel we are important. Because we feel that is what we deserve. We deserve respect, right? But because your child cannot tell you, Mommy, I deserve my respect. Because your child cannot tell you, Mommy, Daddy, I am somebody with feelings too. Our children, every feelings, every emotions that we have, these children have it too. They may not be able to express it. They have it. And I'm not saying there won't be one or two children that we want to challenge us and make us feel like a failure. Honestly, because see, nobody that will take care of 3, 4 children or 2 children that will say both of them are the same. But I want to tell you, there is no child that wants to turn bad. There is no child that wants to be out there. There's no child that wants their life not to end well. Everything depends on how it's being handled when they bring out that their character or attitude or whatever you want to call it. I don't know the right word to use now. When they start exhibiting some negative attitude. And at that point, they don't care what they do to anybody. At that point, if care is not taken, they don't even care if their own life is being destroyed too. But of course, no parent wants that. Somebody said true, but these kids can be selfish, and if parents don't speak the same language in raising, it makes parenting tough. The kids will just keep breaking the boundaries. Ola, all these boundaries has to be set while they are young. Tomba kere. I wanted to talk about when children were young, when they are young. While I was raising my kids, when they were still very young. I'm talking about when they were about 2, 3, 5, 6. Me, I love decorating homes. Okay, so my living room, I have some corner piece shelf where I keep. Anytime I travel to Dubai, I must buy a vase because I love vases and I love flowers. I love throw pillows, all those things. My children never for one day break any of those things. Do you know who broke them? They are friends who come into our home, especially a particular family. Anytime those children come, this particular family, my children are boys, they are boys too. So they play together. Anytime these children come into the house, I don't know if that is the way your parents allowed them. They play ball. I was not around. They were playing ball in my living room and they broke my table. My table was glass. Even though It's not supposed to be something to be kept. But you know, in Nigeria, we do a lot of things and get away with it. Now I know where children are. You don't put glass table and all that. Well, I have that glass table. My children know this table. Mommy said no. They know the shelf. Mommy said no. Don't go there. And they were telling that their friend, don't go there, don't go there, don't play ball in the living room. Let's go outside the compound and play. The boy refused. Our living room is very big, combined, joined with the dining. The boy stood at the dining and was playing ball straight to where the TV is. And my children were screaming, don't play ball in our living room. Mommy will beat you. Mommy will beat you. Let's go outside. They break verse. I no talk. Then come again. The second one. Climb my table. Begin jump on table. Now God save me. Because that table will have slashed the tummy. I have seen that kind of situation whereby a child was jumping on the table and the table break and slash the pikin tummy. Come and see the intestine. Now close, then pack the intestine to rush the pikin go hospital that day. So all this thing is about discipline from when children are young. They know when mommy say no. When daddy say no, it is no. They know when daddy say this, you don't go there. You will see some 2-3 years old child telling you, daddy, dada say no, dada say no. It's always from childhood. Your voice, they know your farm voice. They know your voice of playing. But if all this is not established while they are young, children, they try us. We all know that. They try us to see how we are going to react. They want to do themselves sometimes without caring. Okay, Jennifer said, how did you do it? Okay, when they were young, when they were started walking, you know, when a child starts walking and they want to go to a place, I would say, no, don't do this, don't touch it, don't go there. Ordinary dog, as dog, they this roaming. When you do this to Romy understand what you are saying, you know. And you won't say you will say it now and you will not bother again. No, you keep letting them know. Then I have a section in the living room where they play. Okay? That section where they play, they know that is their play section. And after playing, as young as they were there, this is one of the things where I let them know organizing of things. I made toy box. I'm talking about 20-something years ago when toy box, almost 30 years now, when toy box was not common among our people. I made a toy box because I told you I have a book I bought about parenting that I used to read in those days, starting from pregnancy and everything and how to organize children's room. So I made a toy box for them, very big. It comes in different color, like a nursery color. So I put it by the side in a section of that living room. So anytime they finish playing, without me telling them, of course, I had to tell them after some time, they got used to it. After playing by themselves, they will pack all those toys and put it inside the box. When my house help will say, oh, yeah, time to go and take your shower. They will go and pack, Augustina, they will go and pack all those toys and put it in the box by themselves. And also, yes, you can't be too strict. God bless you. God is great. Sometimes you give them flexibility. You give them that skinny too. You know, once you know you have done what you are supposed to do, you see them following that path. And I'm not saying you will not see one, but I want to tell you, sometimes when these children become challenging, either one of them, when they become challenging, it is either we lose focus from that particular child and unconsciously, without us knowing. Not because that child wants to turn bad. Unconsciously as parents, especially when you have more than 2, 3, you know, unconsciously, one of them, you just feel too comfortable. You don't give them the attention like you give the others. That was the challenge I had. And I can say it is what is happening to most people that will say, other children are not behaving this one. It's only you. It's not only that child. Something went wrong. You lost focus. You were distracted. You were focused more on others. And that child is feeling kind of alone without you knowing. And before you know it, that child can start rebelling. Before you know it, that child will start feeling you don't love him or her. Parenting is challenging, you know. Don't let anybody tell you it's not challenging. Having one child is easy. When it becomes two, more challenging. Three, more challenging. Four, they all desire attention. It may not be at the same time, oh, definitely not at the same time. But trust me, they are watching you and they are looking at the one you are giving more attention to. They are watching you. Ask your children, who is my favorite among all of you? They will not miss it. Ask them. Ask them. Just do that test. Don't be afraid to. You may not confirm. Oh, I won't even tell you to confirm. When they now say this is the person, if they get it, just tell them, every one of you, you are my favorite. I'm just joking with you. Just but trust me, they are watching you. Trust me, they know. They know who you are giving preference to. They know the one that you are weak. When that person, that pikin do wrong, it's not easy for you to scold that pikin the way you will scold others. It's not easy for you to shout on that pikin the way you will shout on the rest. They are watching you without you knowing. And these are the things that sometimes make these children feel withdrawn. Okay, I raised four all by myself, but one of them really challenged me. But thank God today. And you can see, there is nothing only. Kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ fi kún. There's no how you can do it. And it is all because if you are not careful, if you still have young children, this is good for you. It's a good tips for people with young children. Look at that your child who is feeling like you don't care for them. Look at that your child that is always making you scream and shout. Look at that your child that is always making you yourself, check yourself. Do you really give that child the attention you give to others? Check yourself. Do you really give that child chance like you give to the other? Tèmítọ́pẹ́, ṣorí Grace and baby mi yẹn, àbúrò ẹ nìyẹn. Àbúrò ẹ òun ni, ó máa mú bí àbúrò ni. Ó máa relate pẹ̀lú ẹ. Ọmọ ẹ ni o, kò ní kó má bá wí o when she try to do what she's not supposed to do. But trust me, you have to take her as your sister. When you do that, she will help you to with the other one. Ẹṣin wájú ní tẹ̀yìn wò sáré. It's not easy. Only God will keep singing I love you. But is it my sister? Ló wà lábẹ́ God is great. I be my brother. That I love you. You go sing and tire. You go explain tire. Tọ́wọ́ bá ti wà challenging. You go explain and you want that child to come back. You want that child to feel loved. You want that child to feel there's nothing wrong with them. You have to watch. You go explain tire with I love you. Kò sọ́mọ tí ò lè challenge èèyàn. But one thing I know is that, and I'll keep singing, please don't discipline your children of today the way they discipline you. What they were doing to us in those days was abuse, not discipline. Discipline cannot discipline you. We were carrying traumas. We were carrying traumas. Until today, many of our people are exhibiting it. Can't you see the way it's very easy for our people to insult people, curse people, abuse people that has not offended them, that they don't know from Adam? It's a sign that we are damaged people. Is it that kind of mindset you want to bring your own children up with? Cursing should be a no-no in your home. Some words should be a no-no. words that will demoralize, words that will strip your children of esteem. Please don't let it come from your mouth. If outsiders say it, eh? Who is going to rectify it? You should be the one. If an outsider tell your children they are useless, and the child comes out with that, when you're already calling your children useless, they get outside, somebody else call them useless, they will accept it. It will be easy. After all, my mother and father said it already. Toba Oluwagbemi, irú old time wo nìyẹn o, discipline. You know, the way some people were disciplined might be different. I just said it that in those days, I know a family, the way the woman disciplined her children, she never raised hand on any one of them. Are you telling me the ones that the mother or father will beat that child and wounds all over? Lu ọmọ ẹbẹ nílùú òyìnbó, I help. Try ẹ nílùú òyìnbó. Old time discipline. I don't know the type of discipline you are talking of, please. Is it this discipline they will carry cane and beat you till all marks will show on your body? And they will say very crazy words to you. Your parents will be telling you, olórí burúkú, àṣìkò ọmọ, àṣìgbé ọmọ wọ́ọ̀dù. Is it that one you are talking of? Please, which one is the old-time discipline that you are talking of? The old-time discipline where a child will be deprived of food. Some will not be that child. They will not let that child eat from morning till evening. Is it that what you call old-time discipline? No. Abuse. We were abused. We were abused. We were abused. We were abused emotionally, physically, mentally, psychologically. All-time discipline is nothing but abuse. Okay, when they ask a child to stool down, maybe, but that will now depend on what that child does. Nǹkan tó bá ṣe. The bottom line is no scar on that child's body. I said that you have to devise a means. So your own means could be, oh yeah, stool down there, kneel down there. Ìyẹn tí ẹ ṣe gbọ́. But even at that, after that discipline, kò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ pẹ́ jù. Tí ọmọ yẹn, after that child don't stand up, you watch the child for few minutes or so, you still have to embrace that child back and talk to that child. Oh yeah, sit down there. You tell the child, sit down there. Can we talk now? Do you know why I asked you to do do you know why I'm punishing you? If it's for you want to collect, if it is time out, you have to let them know. Sometimes they don't even know why, what they have done. Does it warrant what you have done to them? But I'm saying words. Please. You cannot say because you cannot beat your child and the words that will come out of your mouth, you will use that one as cane. Some words, some people prefer you beat them than to use words on them. I stood down for a 3-hour as punishment in the midnight that I couldn't work for a week and some days. Mi ò mọ̀rú discipline tẹ́ni yìí ń sọ o. I don't know, understand the kind of discipline tẹ́ni yẹn ń sọ. I have a friend that made her son to stool down so much that he developed nose bleeding. Adepeju ẹ má dáhùn jèrè, anger be frustration, transferred aggression ni. They use transferred aggression on their children. Transferred aggression ni. Ẹ bá wò, most of it is transferred aggression. No ṣe máa ń lu ọmọ lálùpá. Èyí tí ò bá dẹ̀ lu ọmọ tó bá wò pé ìlú òyìnbó lòun wà, tí ò lè lu ọmọ, á máa fi ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú. Very words tó jẹ́ wípé can affect that child. Abuse lèmi count ẹjọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run o. I don't count it as discipline o. I don't count it as discipline. There are many ways you can discipline your child without throwing words at them, without using cane. So many ways. I'm not saying children will not, they will not challenge us. They will. There is no parent, any parent that comes to tell you, we pay or more challenging, that's a lie. My mom physically assaulted me, emotionally and mentally. I cannot forget till now. There are so many of us that we can't forget what we went through. And I almost made the same mistake before I corrected myself. It will have cost me. Ṣé mo ń yọ sí mo ń dunú lẹ́nìí? Ipa àwọn ọmọ mi ṣe nǹkan tó dùn mọ́ mi nú. Ọ̀tá àwọn ò bá ta méjì nínú wọn ò bá ti mí ìṣe tí mi ò dẹ̀ mọ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ wò èmi tèmi lèmi nǹkan tó bá wọn oníkálùkù ló lè fọmọ ẹ̀ ṣe o. You know ẹ̀yin lẹ bí nǹkan yín. You are the owner of your children. But in abroad, we know what is going on. Many people, they don't collect their children, give foster parents. It's tough when you are alive, your children are living in foster parents' home. Is that what you want? Like, what explanation are you going to give the child one day if she looks for you? What are you going to tell that child? Remember, the document is there for the child. They will say they take the child away from you because you were abusive. Some will not even bother to look for that parent again. And I know it has even affected some parents. Some of them, they don't get themselves again. Things will be messed up and they will be mentally affected after government will collect their children. Abroad, you know, be Nigeria. That is what I'm telling you people. And if you like, beat your pikin, give her a mark. If you like, beat your pikin, give her a mark. As we say with the discipline pikin, thing feel rich with the discipline pikin, and we think so Oyinbo know the discipline pikin. Oyinbo children, you know, as then they turn out. Where we call the disciplined children, go and look at what our youths are doing. I'm not saying they don't have their own too. They have their own too. Because they too, they get their problem. I'm not saying they don't have their own problem too. But one thing I know is that what affects children most is when they have absentee parents. That is the greatest danger. Mother is absent. Father is absent. Father is not. I said it earlier. If you are not ready to be a present parent, intentional parents that will forget herself or himself for a while and focus on those children, it's only for a matter of time for them to get it right. Once they get it right, you are free. You will be at peace. None of us wants to have a child. I mean, you have children. If one of them is not doing well, we can't be happy. Let the other 3 or 4 be doing well, or 2. If one of them is not doing well, we can't be happy. There are many ways to discipline children. I'm 75 years old. My mom raised 5 of us alone. I've never had any abusive words from her. She was a widow at 35. Shetigbo. That is what I call love. Does it mean she didn't discipline Adekweju? I'm sure she must have disciplined you in one way or the other. But parents don't le lu ọmọ, especially labroad. Be careful what the words that will come out of your mouth to your children. You can't say because you can't beat a child, you just open your mouth to wow. Hello, pay me. Ẹ má jọ gbọmọ lọ́wọ́ yín o. Ọmọ wa ò mú ní dọ́mọ gbòòrò o. Wọn ò ní dọ́mọ títí o. We will never labor in vain o. Hello. 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 Ẹni yẹn dẹ̀ ń pè 6 times, á pè ń sìn wọ́n já call anyway. Hey. This dispensation, this generation, this is why Cherry Kini. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? And the foundation, another very challenging time of parenting. You see, when they are still young, when you can control them, they don't know anything. It's even still better. When they get to teenage years, and you don't know how to correct them in love, how to correct them and respect them. Because when you beat a child as if the child should pie, you are not respecting that child. When you beat a child or you don't beat a child, you start speaking some words, destructive words, because you are upset. You don't respect that child. They will now get to a stage, they know their rights. They get to a stage, they understand the meaning of the words you are speaking. They get to a stage, they know what you are saying is bad words to them. And by then, they are teenage when they can understand something. Please, how do you want to rectify? Teenage years is the most challenging in life in taking care of children. This is where most parents, the children lose it. And if you don't correct yourself, you don't caution yourself while they are still young, now so you could continue that rubbish into adulthood for those children without you knowing. I mean, into their teenage years. And as at then, they have options. As at then, they would rather stay outside. As at then, they will make friends outside instead of making friends inside. By then, they will see outsider better than you. By then, they are looking at you as a monster, while they are seeing people that will destroy them and put them in the wrong path as their best friend. And like somebody said earlier, that most children are selfish. Yes, they are, because they don't know better. They don't know better. That's why they are selfish. You know better. That's why you have to be the parents and use wisdom. You are supposed to know better. You be the parent. Let them be the child. They will do things that will hurt you. At that stage, you be the parent. You may not even talk immediately, they offend you. Teenage years. Ha! At the time money teenage. Hold on, please. Let me take. I need to drink water. My cup is not close by my jug. When children get to teenage, when children get to teenage, it's the most challenging period. Because by then, they understand things. By then, they are conversing with their friends. By then, they understand what is going on. By then, they are even looking at you. Or by then, they are forming opinion about you too. The way you are looking at them. I want to know who won't form opinion. Because they understand what is going on by then. So if you are not careful, this is why it is teenage. Children miss it. This is why it is teenage. Some will drop out of school. This is why it is during teenage. Some will start doing... It's the toughest. Not even tougher. It's the toughest. It's the toughest period to take care of children. But one thing I can say is that I know and I notice here that most parents, because they can't beat that child, the words they speak. Younger years is still okay. It's still very easy. Now you are in control as at that time. By the time they are getting to teenage, they will challenge your control. And this is where couple, if you are together as couple, not single mother now. For single mother, she's the only one. And for single mother, you have to also... Wilfred Philip, who tell you say Africa self, they know they miss am for Africa. You never see pikin where they carry go Africa before they know at the pikin they smoke igbo. People will say the best thing is to take them to Africa. That will set their head. Whatever works for everybody. Whatever works. But may we never take a step that we will regret. May we never take a step that our child will feel unloved and distanced from us. May we never take a step that will disconnect us or disconnect our children from us. May we never take a step that our child will feel they don't need us. When you take a child to... I see people saying they take them to Africa. You are running from your responsibility. That's what it means. It just means you are failing your responsibility and you are putting it on others. How was the foundation? How did you get to that stage? The ability of parents humbling themselves too. Sometimes we humble ourselves before our child. Not as if to make them feel they are superior. No. You get to a stage with them, you be at par. And you have to talk as like you are at par. Talking to your colleague. To reach an harmony. To reach an harmony. To reach a compromise. You know, when they get to teenage years, is when you have to not compromise when they are doing bad, though. Don't get me wrong, oh. Before they start doing bad. Doing bad for children, it doesn't start one day. The foundation, this is where African parents, we cannot be too busy. Husband is busy, wife is busy. Africa, father is busy, mother is busy. Two of you cannot be busy when you have children. No, you cannot be too busy. One of you may be busy and you have to interchange it. Not only interchange, you have to find a time. Either once a month or twice a month. In fact, twice a month if they are still young. Where all of you, husband or wife, both of you and the children have to be together. Either to go for picnic or to go for work. You do things together that weekend as family. But whereby husband, he don't go work. Now only once a while, those children, they see him. Or mother self, you leave them at the mercy of themselves. You now say children will not misbehave. Every child, they love freedom. They love liberty. Why? So that they can do all rubbish. They can do, after all, mommy is not around, let's do anything we like. Because they know mommy may not be around till another 2-3 days. We get too busy. Look at the situation of divorce too here among Africans. Lunch dates, dinner dates, and travel. God bless you. Up till now, we have up till now with me and my children, as busy as they are now. I tell them and I remind them, we have not had our family outing for the month. So when are we going to have our family outing? They will determine where we are going. Is it movie? Is it to go to this place? Is it to go to that? At least as a family. Because everybody is busy, but I want that bond. No, despite the fact pé wọ́n ti dàgbà lágbà. I am all about bonding than anything now. Every other thing has been done, but I just want bonding. Thank you, Yeshuku Peters. I just want bonding from all of them now. I want that bond to be very strong. Even this evening, I still said it. I said that whether I'm still alive or I'm not alive, that bonding matters to me. I don't stop telling them that. I say your bonding matters in everything than anything to me. So, you can't be an absent parent. You can't be a too busy a parent. Kilanwa. What is the essence of the money? You know, see pikin where their parents get money, but yes, then they disgrace the parents. You know, see pikin where mama parents get money, those children are abused. At the end of the day, they now turn to what they are not supposed to turn to. Are we going to say they don't get money to take care of them? No, they have enough money, but the love and presence where those children need, they were not there. And it's all about foundation. And I said it. You can say, after all, I'm the one that trained the others. In the process of training the others, maybe you have neglected that one, and that one now is now feeling like an outcast. That one is feeling, maybe they don't love me. I always say it, and I won't stop saying it. Kò sí ọmọ tó fẹ́ yàyàkuyà. It's something that will make them to yayakuya. Either you have abused them, somebody has abused them without you knowing, or something has gone wrong, or they have a problem that you don't know. This is where communication with our children is very vital too. If your children do not have the freedom, the liberty, when you are too rigid, when you are too strict, children will not talk. Take this to the bank. They won't talk to you. They would rather tell their problems to an outsider. When you are too strict, your child will not be free. It's just like where you are working now, or if you have a partner, that your partner is too strict, every time complain, complain. At a point, you will be scared to talk. Ah, Accurate, thank you. Accurate says, thank you, Auntie, for this lecture. The last time you discussed this topic, I had meeting with my kids, and one out of, you see, was saying I was always mean to him, and since then I have been more careful. Thank you, man. You see, we don't even, some of us don't even take time to gather these children time together and ask them questions. I have done this one, Ote. No be now, I don't do that this one like 5 years ago when they were still like, no. One of them was 20 something already. The other ones were still in their teenage day. I asked them, I just woke up one day and I asked them, is there anything I have done that is hurting you or making you feel I don't love you? They told me. I told you earlier, once you say this, you say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I tell, at that point, not that ones though, once a while, if I remember, I'll say, look, guys, I hope you guys understand the pressure I was going through too then. They say, Mom, we now understand better. Mom, we do, don't worry. You are one of the best mom. And that's what I just want to hear. I don't want my child to tell me, don't worry, we are okay. No, tell me what you feel. Allow them talk to you. Allow them access. Allow them be free to talk to you. They will get to a stage, your children should be able to tell you as it is. Not hiding under one finger. I collect my peck and hugs when they come back from school. Not only peck and call and hugs. Please learn to tell your children I love you. It boosts children's confidence and esteem. I will tell you it's a good therapy that I will recommend again and again and again. Either they are with you or they are in school. When you have to talk to them, after discussion, I love you, son. I love you, pumpkin. It all depends on what you call your child. Tell them you love them and watch them know what love is. Don't let outsiders define love to your children. Outsiders, there is no love outside. What we have outside are pray on people. Those are what we have outside. A child that finds love outside is already damaged. A child that finds outsider better, that child is already damaged. Inside is where the love should be, not outside. And that's why I tell people, the peaceful your home is, the better for everybody. It's good for your children, their mental health. Predators, thank you, Kubura. It's good for their mental health, their emotional health, their self-esteem. I always tell people, it's not how big a house is, it's how peaceful that house is. You might be living in a 2-room, even in abroad. The peace in that home is what makes it a home. If there is no peace, it is not a home. Because a home is where everybody in that house should want to rush back to want to run back to. But when a place now becomes a place that your children would rather go and stay with friends, wala tiwa. No, it's their friend that should be coming. I'm not saying they cannot visit their friend too, but no, they should bring friends more. It says a lot. Because most homes, a lot of children have been damaged. I have seen a girl whose mother is always cursing this child. So that child had to leave the house. At 18, she went to go and rent a place of her own, got a job, but not only get a job, she started smoking Igbo. 18-year-old. There was a day I was tired and my first girl was calling me. I told her I was tired and she left. I went back to her and tried to talk, but she told me she didn't want to talk anymore. I had to beg, you see? Because in other words, you are telling her you are too busy for her. She was here, ọmọbìnrin like attention. They like attention, girl children. Chai. They like attention. Shebi, they see that one wey don become mama for my neck. That my daughter. Anytime she comes, I have to pause because me, I don't want a child to tell me I'm too busy to give her attention. I don't want my child looking so that when my child sees love, she can identify love. When she sees abuse, she will not say this one is not love, this is abuse. You know, because when homes fail in giving child the needed love, that child eventually embrace rubbish and nonsense outside. And they don't know when to walk away. This is why we question some people when they stay in abusive relationship. It's not their fault. They don't know they are in abusive relationship. They don't know that the situation is not healthy for them because of where they are coming from. If you see people where they are coming from, or people who have been able to identify, and it's not everybody that can identify and say, no, this is not right. And when they find themselves in such situation again, they say, no, this is not, All right, guys, it's 8 o'clock. I just can rest. I don't know if I will see you tomorrow. I'm not promising. So maybe till Sunday. I want to rest. Yes, mingling with bad peers, bad bad group. And you know what? Let me now look at situation of people. Kawa round up 15 minutes more than a round up of people who are having challenges with children. Don't give up. As long as that child is still living with you, do not give up on that child. The moment you give up is going to make things worse. If that child still comes into the house, still see you as the mother, see you as the father, share you are fine. What is the work? The work is now how to win that child. Yes. You might feel, am I not going to beg my child with all my problem, with all my labor, with all that I do? Yes. You have to. You have to. If you love that child, if you don't want your labor to be in vain, as long as that child is still living in your house, especially those ones that are in teenage, at that point, you will mellow down. At that point, you see that your voice, that you know how to scream and shout, you will let that voice calm down. That your voice will calm down. Tó bá jẹ́ ẹkún, wàá sún sọ́mọ yẹn lọ́rùn, especially ìyá. Baba will not be able to do that because father will always have their egos. Mothers will play a lot of roles. This is why some people blame a child going astray to mothers. We have that, I don't know what to call it, that strength to win our children than their father. You know why? No child wants to see the tears of their mom. Àfi tó bá jẹ́ wípé that mother is still being abusive. If that mother stop being abusive, if that mother is ready to see that child as somebody to dialogue with, if that mother stop judging that child, if that mother stop speaking negative words to that child, you try, it's going to be tough. Oh, I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy, but it's going to be a gradual thing, and you will win that child back to you. At that point, even iṣẹ́ tó mọ̀ yẹn òrùn ẹ, wàá bá jẹ́, ó lè jẹ́ aṣọ ẹ̀. 18 years, 15 years, some 16 years, some 14 years, some 13. Teenage yẹn ni problem say. Ó lè jẹ́ aṣọ ẹ̀ tí ó fọ̀. Wàá wọ yàrá yẹn. So, yeah, you are trying to win her back. Ó dàbí obìnrin tó fẹ́ win attention ọkọ ẹ̀ ni. If you can do that to win your husband to your side, kí ló lè ṣe fọ́mọ ẹ? You and your husband don't get quarrel. The man still dey vex. You want everything to do everything to win him back so that he will know that you are not fighting him again. So also is the same style you will use for your pikin. If you can be looking at it that way, it makes things easier for us. It may be his room, koto de waba tidy up. I smile. Gradually, his heart will be melting. It will be calming down. Ole jonje. Ọkọ mi, mo ma ti ṣoúnjẹ lẹ̀ kí ló máa jẹ. Even while on the way, kó tiẹ̀ tó wẹ́ pé school ni. Hello son, hello ọkọ mi, hello daughter, how are you? How is school going? I made some food for you. I've kept it in the fridge. Mommy loves you. Daddy loves you. Is that not what we do for our husband when they are quarreling with us or they are vexing with us? While they are away from the home, we want to text them so that they know they are in our hearts. Why are we doing it? To win them back. Your children have emotions, though. They are human beings, especially those teenagers. Those teenagers, they don't become your rival if you are not careful. Those teenagers, they don't become your rival. Already they are seeing you that they need to be respected. Their voice has to be heard. You have to listen to their own side of the story too. Listen to how they feel. You should be the first person your child should tell, Mommy, I have a boyfriend. That is at the right age, oh. You get to a stage you have to discuss. But if you don't form that bond, your child will be having a relationship issue. She won't tell you. He won't tell you. Because you are not the listening type. Now vex, you they always vex. Something where you're not supposed to vex for, you go vex. You they vex, you go transfer the aggression on that pikin. How will that pikin talk to you when they have challenges? All right, guys, let us go.